you editing the slide? I saw suddenly the slides things were moving, no? Like someone was editing. I noticed it, but it's okay. Okay, now
I
let
was you were editing it and the whole title was somewhere else. So I quickly just placed it and downloaded the
I saw it. I've joined from my another this one, but I did not edit it. Maybe some glitch or something.
Hmm.
Wait, is it custom live stream?
No, I haven't not started it yet.
It's going custom live streaming, sirs.
I don't know what is happening. I'll stop it.
Do one thing, end the meeting and start it again.
No,
Okay, it is started live streaming automatically. I'll share my screen.
sure.
All right. So, hello everyone. Welcome to the webinar on OmicsLogic Biomedical Data Science Research Program. I can see that participants have just started joining. And in the meanwhile, we are waiting. It would be great if the participants can introduce themselves in the chat box. Please do let us know where you're from, what is your background, and what are your research interests, so that in case there are any specific interests that you have, then the mentor can accordingly suggest some of the projects that we are working on. And in the meantime, we are waiting. So I'll just quickly give you a brief about what the webinar is going to be all about. So first of all, we will just introduce you to the key features of the program, how they are conducted, and what will be the roadmap or the timeline of what it looks like when someone enrolls in the research program, and what are the various expected outcomes that the students who completes the research project they can look into, and also some of what are the various resources they get access to. And after that, we will also briefly walk you through the various ongoing projects that we have at OmicsLogic. And if someone is interested to join an ongoing project, that also works. And or if you have your own research interest or your own research topic that you want to propose, that will also work. So we will dive into each of these as we proceed. So do let me know in the chat box. I'll just keep my chat box open. All right. So Mrinal says he's currently in final year of BSc and Life Sciences. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Mrinal. And what are your research interests in bioinformatics? Rest of you also, please feel free to introduce yourself in the chat box. It should be an icon that says chat at the bottom. And you can let us know where you're from, what is your background, and what are your research interests. That would be helpful. Is it in like cancer research, infectious disease, neuroscience, metabolic disorders, space omics? There are several fields. So it would be great to understand your research interest as well. We have few more minutes left to start with the session. All right. We have few responses in the chat box. So Mrinal is interested in cell biology and neurology. Thank you so much. And Mrinal, where are you based from? Please do let us know which college, which part of country you're from. And Adriana has also introduced. So she is currently a medical writer and an MD. She is currently writing medical articles for the public, but is also interested in longevity, epigenetic clocks, and aging, and is completely new to omics, but curious about the field and looking to find out more. Perfect. I do hope that during the session we will be introducing several of the omics field that are there and through which we do provide training and research. So that will give you a glimpse into the field, and I do hope it's going to be helpful for you. And of course, towards the end of the session, we can definitely have a Q&A sort of. So if you have any pending questions that you would like to ask, you can directly speak to the mentors and address your queries. So, Paul, yes, hi, Paul. It's good to see you back. You have been a part of our community for a while now. I guess you were part of the training program and workshops. So, Paul is from the US and has a background in medical devices and has interest in metaproteomics for infectious disease and is new to the area and learning about it. Perfect. Thank you so much, Paul. Mrinal is based from Mumbai, India, Jai College in Mumbai. Thank you so much, Mrinal. Okay, so then I guess without further delay, I'll start with the session for today. And like I said, if you have any questions along the way, we can definitely take it up towards the end of the session, but you can also post it in the chat box and one of us can read it out as we proceed along. Okay, so hello everyone, a very warm greeting to one and all. And I would like to welcome you all for the webinar on OmicsLogic Biomedical Data Science Research Program. So before we begin, let me take a brief moment to introduce you to the team behind the program. We are India and US-based bioinformatics and data science company, and we've had the wonderful opportunity to collaborate and partner with esteemed universities and industries across the globe. Now, as a part of our mission, our team is working with regional and international mentors that are helping refine the program logistics and adapting them to the needs of students and researchers around the world. And our programs have been completed by over 24,000 participants from 180 plus countries. Now, to meet the ever-evolving demand of skilled bioinformaticians and data scientists, we have created innovative training and research offerings, including online courses, training programs, and workshops, research internship and fellowship, which will be the focus of today's webinar, and research services for faculty, scientists, as well as a dedicated online degree program. And you can also take a look at some of the upcoming online events that we have on cancer genomics, metabolomic data analysis, as well as RNA-seq data analysis for plant biotechnology. So if anyone is interested, we can share more details at the end of the session as well. So now coming to the main topic of today's webinar, which is on the Biomedical Data Science Research Program. So some of the participants who have joined with us today might already be familiar with the program, but we also have participants amongst us who are new and would like to learn more. So the program offers an unparalleled opportunity, whether you are a student, researcher, or even a citizen scientist, across the globe to work independently on a bioinformatics research project. With mentor support, the program goes beyond traditional learning and allowing you to delve into real-world bioinformatics research using cutting-edge omics data. Okay, on the screen, you can see a program roadmap that clearly outlines the student's journey throughout the program. And as you can see, it begins with the students undergoing a comprehensive training in their chosen field of omics. This could be genomics, transcriptomics, metagenomics, metabolomics, cheminformatics, and so on. And the objective here is to help participants build a strong foundation in key skills such as data processing, analysis, visualization, and so on. And in the next stage, students will work on identifying an impactful research topic through regular mentor meetings and an in-depth literature review. Right? Now, moving on to the third step. Students work on data collection, analysis, and interpretation. And this is also the stage where students will start looking into data set to identify trends, patterns, and correlation that will be later on critical for their research at hand. Now, finally, the program culminates in students working on completing the report, detailing all the analysis and interpretation they have carried out, preparing presentation and submitting the work so that they can receive expert feedback to refine their work. Now that we have a basic understanding of the program structure, let's take a closer look into each of the training components that was discussed. So, as I mentioned, the journey begins with the training, but what exactly does this involve? So, here in the training phase, students will engage in asynchronous learning through courses and example projects. So, this includes text and visual aids such as diagrams, infographics, videos to simplify the complex concepts. Short tutorials and practical demonstrations are also added to provide hands-on learning. And while coding exercises will help students to develop technical skills. And we have also incorporated open source tools and technologies in the coursework. And at the end of the course, the students will be able to earn digital certificate, which later on they can add to their resume, LinkedIn profiles, digital portfolios, so that they can enhance their professional credentials. And these courses are fully automated and compiled into lessons in detail. But many times students require an additional supplementary assistance through video of mentor that are going through these topics and explaining the concepts and doing the hands-on. So for such students, we have training programs which include a combination of lecture videos, hands-on tutorials, guided lessons, and the training materials are constantly updated and also designed to align with modern industry relevant curriculum, ensuring students gain practical skills applicable in academic as well as professional settings. So we also have an online progress tracking system to help monitor the students' progress and assist them wherever required. And this training also has two aspects. One is the workshop, which includes live mentor guided sessions. They're brief training, which can range anywhere between 3 days to 6 days, depending on the topic. And there are also training programs, which are designed for working professionals who are busy and would like to go through the resources asynchronously, right? Now, here is a brief summary of the various open source tools and technologies that are covered throughout the programs and training programs. And these are some of the common tools that are used by researchers worldwide. And there are so many more tools that we cannot cover through the slides. And that is evident from the thousands of students who have gone through the program successfully. And they are now working in reputed firms. And these are some of the feedback that we have received from some of the programs that we have conducted. Now, I would like to also quickly walk you through a few examples on how students who have enrolled in the program and leverage the resources to achieve their various academic and professional goals. So here we have had a cohort of students from Systems Medicine graduate program at Georgetown University who worked on machine learning research projects to address various biomedical research challenges, including infectious diseases, metabolic disorders, cancer research, and so on. And they have their projects submitted and published on our website. Now, students have also went on to present their research project in poster presentation competitions to win exciting cash prizes. Students also join the program to get a research publication done that gives them this extra competitive edge over other students while applying for higher studies or in the job market. And not only undergraduates or postgraduates, there are also even high school students who enroll in the program. And here you can see an example of one of a high school student from Mexico who worked on an Alzheimer's project and later on went on to present at the international science competition called Regeneron, where he won the Potamkin Prize for the project he presented. And this is some of the students who worked on the projects that they can later on apply for their higher studies, such as masters or for their PhD publications. And one of the unique highlights is that faculties and researchers have also collaborated to carry out the publication work. And let's say you're someone with a knack for bioinformatics and business. So here we have a team of industrial researchers who completed their training and then later on went on to work on a research project where they developed a microbiome test kit to improve the fertility of women in Nigeria. So their work is also published on the platform, and I can give you a quick glimpse into it. So that's all that I wanted to cover by introducing you to the main highlights of the program, some of the student outcomes that we have observed. So now I'll take you to the platform where all these resources are made available, where the students' work are published so that anyone can have a look at it. I'll just stop sharing my screen and reshare it back. Okay. So this is the OmicsLogic Learn portal. So some of you might already have an account who have been part of our bioinformatics and data science community for a very long time and might already be familiar with it. But for those of you who have joined with us for the first time, I'll just take a couple of seconds to introduce you to the platform. So the OmicsLogic Learn portal is an online learning platform comprising of online resources and including lecture videos that I covered in my slides, coursework, and so on. And to navigate the platform, the very first step is to create an account. So here, if you click on the login option, it will redirect you to the sign up page. And you can just click on the create an account option that you see here. And you can set up a new profile by entering your name, email ID, password, and you can create an account. Or if you already have an existing account on the portal, if you already have an existing social media handle, then you can just log in using any of this. So it could be Google account, Facebook account, Apple account, GitHub account, or even Twitter. And then you can directly log in, right? Now, if you already have an account, just click on login, enter your existing email ID, password, and then just sign in. So that's just a quick overview about logging into the platform. So any questions so far? Participants have issues, trouble logging in? Do let me know before I'll move on to the next step of showing you how to set up your profile. And then we'll start with the research projects that I've covered. Okay, I'll then move on to the next step. So I'm just going to log in using my existing email ID and password. So this is the very first interface that you will see when you log in. And this is the comprehensive course library that we have. Now, before we move on to navigating the resources that are available, you can just set up your profile. To do that, head over to this blue bar that displays your name. And here, you can just click on the profile button. Now here you can add your name, add a brief bio about yourself, upload a profile image, link your social media handles so that it shows a good completed profile from your end. And this is the activity tab that I was talking about in my slides, where we constantly monitor your learning progress. We reach out to you if you're stuck somewhere. And under the courses tab, it will display the course that you're currently taking, the progress that you're making. So these are two ways that we check the learning progress of the participants. Now, coming to the various resources that we have, I'll like to pass on the stage to the mentor of one of the mentor of the research program to guide you through the different omics field, introduce you to the omics field and the different omics field that are there and the various resources that we have put together. So over to you, Ritika.
Thank you, Sri Gauri. I'll share my screen. Okay, my screen is visible.
We can see your presentation.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I am Ritika Patel, an omics mentor at the OmicsLogic, and I'm excited to welcome you all today here for the webinar. So I'd like to introduce you to various omics technology, genomics, transcriptomics, proteomics, metabolomics, and more. And each of these plays a crucial role in understanding biological system. So at OmicsLogic, we have designed some specialized courses for each of these technologies that will help you to gain the in-depth knowledge and practical skills. But learning doesn't stop there. Based on these courses, we also provide hands-on research projects, allowing you to apply what you have learned to the biological data sets and the research problems. So whether you are just starting out and you are looking to advance your expertise, we have structured learning paths to support your journey in the omics. So now that you have an overview of the different omics technology, like you can see, we have the courses in space omics, neuroscience, precision oncology, metabolic disorders, and infectious diseases, along with agriculture. So I'll give you an overview that what projects and what courses do we have. So let's start with the transcriptomics. So we have a solid understanding course
Sorry
here.
to interrupt, Ritika. I think we can see your slides still.
Okay, here. Okay, sorry. So on the platform, you can explore the course library where you will find different courses. We have a transcriptomic course, and we have designed this course in such a manner that it will introduce you to the fundamental concepts like the basics, central dogma to RNA quantification techniques, the introduction to the proper NGS techniques, and the workflow of transcriptomic data analysis. And you can also learn about the pre-processing to gene quantification using Linux and Galaxy. And you can also learn about some automated workflows. Along with, you can set the foundations of normalization and PCA of gene expression data using different plots. And we have specialized courses for this and special lessons also. Now, if you want to learn something about the coding part, so we have also designed few courses like transcriptomics in R, where you will learn about the R coding, which will teach you about the differential expression gene analysis, the statistical analysis you can perform in R. You can perform gene set enrichment analysis, the KEGG pathway, gene ontology, and machine learning methods, which will help you to interpret and to find something novel in your transcriptomics data here. So let me introduce you to few projects that we have. So I'll share my screen again. Okay, my screen is visible.
Yes, we can see your slides.
Okay. So in the field of oncology, we have several projects aligned. So the first is the bioinformatics analysis of differential gene expression analysis to understand the chronic lymphocytic leukemia. And this project is all about understanding the gene expression level and the mutation data, which will help us to identify the key dysregulated genes, the pathways, and the driver mutations that are contribute to CLL progression. And these projects come with the publication opportunity. So we have a project lined up where if you join us, so you will get the chance to publish also, and you will get the authorship in this particular publication. Next, for this particular project, we will retrieve data from CBio portal, and we will understand the omics data on genomics, transcriptomics, epigenomics data from various cancer types, including CL from NCBI. Then we'll make use of certain bioinformatic tools and pipelines like DSEC, EDGAR, MapTools, GSE, and David. And we will also learn to integrate the multix omic data so that we can combine the gene expression profile with the mutation data, and we can understand that the pathway that contributes to the gene progression. And by adding the proteomics here, we can add another layer of information by quantifying the protein expression, which will help us to validate the findings from the transcriptomics and the genomic studies. Then for pancreatic cancer, we have different projects where we'll be talking about gene expression dynamics, where we will identify the upregulated genes in the pancreatic cancer and the normal pancreatic tissue, which will help us to reveal the key molecular drivers of tumor progression. Then we have a project for KRAS pathway alteration, and we will see that what are the dynamic changes in the expression of genes within the KRAS signaling pathway during the progression of the pancreatic cancer. Then we'll also deal with the predictive biomarkers in the pancreatic cancer itself. Then for the breast cancer, we have 3 different projects. The first is where the comparison between the triple negative and the hormone receptor positive subtypes will be done, which will shed light on the aggressive nature and the poor prognosis associated with the triple negative breast cancer. The second project explores the variation in the expression of genes within the mTOR signaling pathway across the breast cancer subtypes. And the third is about finding that contributes to the development of precision medicine approaches to improve patient outcomes by tailoring treatment strategies. Next, we have a project on hepatobiliary carcinomas, where the differential expression analysis will be done for biomarker identification. And this research will explore the gene expression which are linked to the fibrosis severity in hepatobiliary carcinomas, and it will help us to improve the diagnostic strategies and understanding of the hepatobiliary cancer pathways, which will lead to better treatments. Then, as we know that uterine cancer is a formidable challenge in the global healthcare, which underscores the urgent need for some innovative immunotherapeutic interventions. So we have a project here which harness the power of immunoinformatics and epitope-based vaccine strategies, which is going to target the tumor-specific and tumor-associated antigens. And for this, we are going to integrate several bioinformatic tools and methodologies to construct a vaccine that elicits the potent and durable anti-tumor immune responses. Next, we have the projects for students who are interested in infectious diseases. For this, we have certain projects that will deal in viral genome analysis, such as influenza or HIV virus, and we can identify mutations that contribute to the drug resistance or disease severity. Then we are going to predict the structure viral protein structures using bioinformatic tools to facilitate the drug development and vaccine designs. Then we have this host pathogen interaction deciphering the arm race. Here, we will identify the host genes which are crucial for pathogen entry, replication, or immune invasion. Then we are going to predict the pathogen targets, and then we are going to analyze the immune response to pathogen, including antibody production and T-cell activation. Then, as we know that antimicrobial resistance is an increasing problem nowadays. So for this, we can track the resistance pathogenesis by sequencing the bacterial genome to identify the resistant genes and understand the mechanism of the resistance. And we can predict the drug resistance based on the genetic profiles and developing strategies to overcome this resistance. And we can also track the spread of resistance pathogens, and we can understand the spatial and temporal patterns of the resistance of the antimicrobials. Now we have few projects where you can develop some computational models of infectious diseases, and we can also identify the biomarkers for the early disease detection. Then we have the projects for scripting and pipeline development for the NGS data analysis. And for this, you have to be very good at this computational analysis, and you have to be very keen learner about the coding, and you can learn about the pipeline development for the NGS analysis here. So if you find any of the projects that excite you here that we have listed, so we'll love to have you to join us. So you can reach out and we can work on these projects together. Over to you, Sri Gauri.
Thank you so much, Ritika. So that was a quick introduction into some of the ongoing projects that we have and some of the potential areas. And by now, a lot of the participants might have a lot of interest that they want to discuss. So we'll now launch a brief poll where you can register your interest in some of these topics that we have discussed. So right now, if you see on your screen, there should be a dialog box in which there will be a pop-up that tells you different fields. So the first, I'll just quickly read it out to you so that it's easy for you. First of all, please do enter your email ID so that we can contact you based on your interest. And there are also project duration. So the second question is to help understand how long you wish to work on the project. Is it for 2 months? Is it for 3 months or 6 months? So you can just enter your interested duration that you wish to work on the project. And the third field is to understand your interested area of research. Now, which are these fields? One is precision oncology. The second is metabolic disorders. Third is infectious diseases. Fourth is neurodegenerative and cognitive disorders. Fifth option is machine learning based projects. And fifth option is CAR T cell therapy and immuno-oncology. And sixth option is drug discovery and structural bioinformatics. So based on your interest, please feel free to enter your details in these in these listed areas of research. But let's say your area of research is not listed in these options and you wish to work on something that is outside of these. Then please enter the fourth one. It is an optional field. If you're interested to work on one of these extra additional topic, you can mention in that dialog box and then we can get back to you based on that. Okay, so that was just a quick poll. We will just keep it open till the end of the webinar. So you can fill it out based on your interest. Now, I'll quickly share my screen and discuss about the timelines. So here, since for the webinar attendees, for a limited time, we are offering scholarship opportunities for them to enroll in the research program. So these are some of the deadline scholarships, a scholarship deadline, that is March 5th, 2025. The training commencement is from the second week of March, and there are also installment options available if you're enrolling in the 3-month or in the 6-month option. And if you're interested to discuss more about your research idea, then you can definitely reach out to one of our team representatives. Their names are displayed here. Or you can also reach out to us on the email ID communication@omicslogic.com. Right? Now, so how do you apply for the scholarship? This is the form, which is the application form for applying for the scholarship. Now here, I'll just, we'll share with you the link to the scholarship form in the chat box as well, so that you can fill it out. Okay, so what are the different fields? Email ID, full name, phone number, country, any company, organization, or university that you're associated with, your current level of education, what area of research are you interested to work on? Is it in coding, such as Python or R? Are you interested in transcriptomics, cheminformatics, metagenomics, genomics, or any other field that is not listed here? You can also mention if you have any prior background in research, yes or no. Now, which research path would you like to pursue? So do you wish to work on the research project independently, or do you wish to work in a group setting? If you have any peers that you want to work alongside, so do mention that option here. And if it is a group research, then how many students will be part of the group? Is it 2, 3, 4? You can mention that number here. And for what duration do you wish to work on the project? The minimum is 2 months, and here maximum we have listed is 6 months. But if you wish to work for more than 6 months, you can mention that as well. And what is the motivation for undertaking this research project? Is it as a part of your university dissertation or thesis, publication in scientific journals, or is it just to simply gain research experience? You can mention that. And few details about explaining why we should consider you for a scholarship. And you can also upload your CV so that we can review your profile. So once all of this is completed, our team will review the submission and then reach out to you if you're qualified for the scholarship or not. So that's all that we wanted to cover in the webinar. Now we can open the stage for any questions that the participants might be having. Please feel free to put them in the chat box, or you can also unmute yourself. So, Shubhanga, there is a question from Nicole. Does the scholarship cover all fees?
So to answer your question, it depends on the profile. If there are various factors on which we decide the percentage of scholarship. So what you can do is you can fill up the scholarship form, submit the details, and we can review your application and we can let you know. Hope that answers your questions, Nicole. Or if you have any other queries.
Okay, so I'm asking, can you repeat the research projects available and their details, please? So we will share with you the list of project topics over an email once this is over. So if you'd like to have, you can take a look at those list of projects I will share. Yes, Nitya. So the research program is a paid program. But for the webinar attendees, we are currently offering scholarship. So if you're interested in applying for that, you can apply through the link that is shared. Any other questions? Okay, sure. So let me reshare the link in the chat box once again. So Anjana is asking, is there any offline training program? So the research program is offered online. And we also have another degree program that we conduct, which is in a hybrid mode that includes live as well as offline session. It is conducted in collaboration with IIT Jodhpur, and it is on NGS Omics technologies and applications. And that involves campus immersion, where you will get offline hands-on training in next generation sequencing and data analysis. So if you're interested, you can just contact us. Let me share the contact details also. Any other doubts? I've pasted the contact details of some of our representatives in the chat box so that you can inquire about it. Yes, so the training, so in the beginning part, whether you are completely new to the field or are already proficient, it involves a training component wherein you will be introduced to the field, and there will be lecture videos that will assist you how to perform various hands-on practicals. So it will be covered, it's completely beginner friendly, the research program, just that it will involve a training part as well. Okay, Margin is asking, I filled this form before, but there was no CV section. Should I refill the form? Yes, so the other form might be to register for the webinar. So this is another form, which is an application form for the scholarship. So if you're interested to apply for that, then you can refill it. Otherwise, it's okay. Okay, Anjana is saying price. So the cost of the program is customized depending on the duration, the type of project you want to enroll in. Shubhanga, if you could just please explain on that.
So Anjana, we have different levels of training. If you're asking for training program, we have beginner, intermediate, and advanced level. So it depends on the training duration you take up for. And further, we have, different research program durations as well, which is 2, 3, and 6 months. So based on the duration and of the research program and duration of training, we customize a plan for everyone. So the plan is, customized based on everyone's requirements so that we can accommodate every student's need. So what we can do is, as Shivari has pasted the numbers and email address, you can reach out to us, or our team, one member from our team can reach out to you, and we will answer all of your queries depending on your requirements. I hope this answers your questions. Okay, thank you, Anjana.
Okay, there is a question about due of the payment.
So we have, scholarship for February and March projects. The scholarship date is ending on 5th of March. So before that, you can enroll for the scholarships. After that, program will be available. It's just that we don't offer scholarship. Shivari has pasted the deadlines and training commencement dates in the chat. So those who are interested can keep a note of the timeline, and we will be emailing you the deadlines as well, along with the project list that will be floated as well. Any other queries from the participants? We wanted to keep this webinar as interactive as possible, so don't feel free to, paste your queries so we can answer them.
Thank you, Shubhanga. Anyone else? Okay, then I guess that will be all, Shubhanga, with the queries. And if anyone else have any further queries, like I mentioned, please feel free to reach out to us on our team. I've shared the details in the chat box. You can also request to them the full list of projects that we covered during the session, and it constantly gets updated. So you can just stay connected to them if there are any new projects that are showing up that might be of more interest to you, so that you are aware about it. Okay, I guess
I
there
had
are
a
no.
doubt. I'm so sorry. I'm chipping in
Yes,
late.
Dr. Ram, go ahead.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask, like, what are your expectations from the research project? The participant would be like conducting all the data analysis and like giving you the analyzed data by themselves, or will you be like assisting through the platform or something like that?
Okay, so the process will be that in the initial period, there will be a training involved. And like Shubhangna mentioned, there are different levels like beginner, intermediate, and so on. So it'll depend on the duration of training. 1 or 2 months, the training can extend. And then once that is over, then the students will work alongside the mentor on the research project. Now, what does this involve? There will be live mentor-guided sessions conducted once a week. And during the initial session, the first session, the student is supposed to present their research topic. After conducting a literature review, they're supposed to do a presentation for like 10-15 minutes. And if the mentor is satisfied, we will proceed with that topic. But let's say the quality of the work is not that great, then the student might be asked to review the process once again and then get back. Now, once the topic is finalized, we look for the data set, or if the data set is already selected, then we continue with the process, like we download the data set and then perform various analysis. So what kind of analysis, how to perform, all of these are kind of covered in the training program, where we teach you how to perform, what are the various tools to perform these analysis. Everything is covered in the training aspect. So the students are by then well equipped to independently carry it out. But of course, let's say the student is confused about the step. So there will be mentor during the sessions guiding you through the process of how to perform the analysis. And then once that is done, once the analysis part is over, then the student will be working on writing the report. And it depends if it is just to get research experience or whether it is for publication work. So the publication work, the report writing will be a longer duration. So the student will prepare a draft and it will be reviewed by the mentors. They share their feedback, and so it will go back and forth until it is perfectly fine-tuned to the mentor's feedback. And then once that is done, it will be published on our platform as a student project. There is a section on projects on OmicsLogic Learn portal. The students will record a video and publish it on the platform. And this link is shareable, so you can add it on your resume, you can hyperlink it on your resume, showcase it on your LinkedIn profile, so that if whenever you want to showcase your skill set, if anyone clicks on that link, they can see your presentation, the work that you have done. And all of this will be put together in the form of a research paper. I can please share my screen and show you this so that you can have a look at it. So here on the OmicsLogic Learn platform, if you head over to the project section, you can see here the checkout student projects. Like this way, it will be displayed. So let's say this is one of the projects. This is one of the students who later on went on to publish her work in one of the immunogenetics journal, I believe. And there is a recording presentation, and then it is put together in the form of a publication like abstract, introduction, methods, results, discussions, conclusion, references, and finally the acknowledgement. So like that way. I hope that answers your query.
Yeah, that answers my question. Thanks.
Okay. Any other questions?
There is a question from Anshna. Is there any upgrade from 2 months to 3 months in the program? So Anshna, minimum duration is 2 months, depending on the project requirement. For example, if your works get extended and sometimes you're not available, so based on your unavailability and everything, the program can be upgraded from 2 to 2.5 months or 3 months. Any other queries from the participants?
Let me just share the link to the project section in the chat box.
Sure, I'll share that.
I've shared it. I think that will be all, Shivangna. If the participants have any questions, they can reach out. There is one more question. Is it a full scholarship? Charity is asking.
So as we mentioned earlier, depending on individual's profile, there will be a section to upload your CV. So once the team has reviewed the CV, your details and everything, then we can let you know based on analyzing your profile, if it's a full scholarship or partial or some percentage of scholarship that we will be offering. So what you need to do is fill out the scholarship form, upload your CV, add your skill sets, and then we can analyze the profile. And based on those points, we can let you know what kind of scholarship we will be able to provide. I hope, Charity, this answers your question. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining the webinar. We will share with you the recording in case you missed the initial part or would like to review the recording once again. So, and we'll also share with you the list of projects that we discussed so that you can have a look at it. And if you'd like more information, you can request it and we can provide for you. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining, and we look forward to having you join us in these programs. Have a great day. Bye.